Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to introduce myself today because I feel like I've been doing this YouTube channel for a few months now and I don't think people know who I am. So I'm Misty Adamson and I'm the creator of this channel. If you've watched my videos up to this point, you've seen a lot of different people. You've seen me, you've seen some of my mother-in-law, you've seen some of my nieces, a lot of different people. But originally when I started this channel out, I wanted it to be kind of a diary as far as what my journey with horses has been like. And it's kind of evolved into something a little bit different. And I think this year with all the new stuff, like there's gonna be a lot on this channel. There's gonna be a little bit of my journey with riding. There's gonna be a little bit of jumping, dressage, side saddle, clinics, horse fairs, horse shows. So there's gonna be a broad range of stuff that's going on. So if you're interested in seeing something new every week, hit that subscribe button. So a little about me, I am 34 years old and I've only been riding for about a year consistently. And I'll tell you, getting started as an adult when you've dreamed of this your whole life and not been able to ride until this point is a little scary. And if you are an adult rider just getting started, please let me know who you are. Tell me down below in the comments. A channel is only as strong as who is watching it. So who are you? Tell me, when did you start riding? What kind of horse do you ride? What kind of discipline do you ride? Tell me below. I want to know that kind of stuff. So let me get to know you and who you are if you're watching this. 86% of you are not subscribed who are watching these videos. So if you can find some kind of connection in any level, whether it's you're an adult just getting started with riding, if you're a beginner rider and you're just interested to watch somebody else struggle along with you, subscribe to my channel. All you gotta do is click the button down below that says subscribe and then you're good to go. Like I said, I've only been riding for about a year consistently, but my journey with horses has been far and wide. I've dreamed about horses ever since I was a little kid. Anytime I had a friend, if they had a horse, I was on that horse if they would let me. And when you're a kid, it's a little bit different when you're riding because you feel like you're invincible. And when you fall off, it's no big deal. I remember having a friend that her name was Tabitha, and she had a mare named Dixie, and we would ride her all over the place, bareback, and stick our arms out to the side and just feel like we were flying. And you would not see me doing that now as an adult because I am afraid of death. And right now my seat and my balance are just not where they need to be for me to feel comfortable doing that anymore. But like when you're a kid, you're fearless. And as an adult, not quite so much. I finally was able to get my own horses when I was in high school because our financial situation changed. And when I was a kid, we didn't have the money for that kind of stuff. I could only dream of it. So if you're a kid or if you're a younger person and you're riding and your parents are allowing you to take lessons or have a horse, you are severely blessed. And don't take it for granted because there's a lot of little girls out there like you that are just dying to get on the back of a horse. That was me. And so when I finally did get my own horses, I was super excited to show in 4-H and do all this fun stuff. And where we had them at was very small, little paddock. So it was super muddy. There wasn't really much room to ride, so there wasn't much riding unless I took them to the fairgrounds. Trying to show them in 4-H was kind of awful for me just because I was a green rider. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know anything about having a correct seat or good balance. I just got on my horse and I rode it. So I was green in that regard and my horse was green as well, and it was not a good combination. So I didn't really learn a whole lot, and I hated showing in 4-H with them because it was just so much trouble, and my family didn't really know a whole lot about horses. I'm the only horse lover. So I did not go back to showing 4-H after that year. And then when I went off to college, because my mom was the one that was having to take care of our horses and they were boarded somewhere else, she got tired of running out there to feed and water every day. So she sold my horses and they went to a good home, but I was devastated. And I felt like I didn't really get anywhere. You know, you wait your whole life for this moment and then it comes and then it goes, and I didn't really feel like I got anything out of it except I had a good friend that would just listen to me when I was grooming, and that was about it. So when I went off to college, I went to school to be a respiratory therapist. So learning about lungs and helping people breathe and all that fun stuff. And I met a guy whenever I started working at a hospital who asked me to go to church with him. So I started going to church with him and his wife. And I found the Lord and I wanted to get baptized. It was one of the greatest days of my life. And as I was coming up out of the water, I met my future husband. And he was amazing. But the thing that was more amazing about him was that his family had horses. It was like God was trying to point me on this path all along. I'm sure he probably resents that fact, but if you're watching, honey, I love you so much. You are amazing. Your family's the cherry on top. So since his family had horses, I started hanging out with his mom in the barn, having good chats and cleaning stalls and riding together. It kind of got to the point where I couldn't really ride very much anymore because I had a hip problem when I was a kid, and the blood to the round part of my hip, for whatever reason, was interrupted. And so instead of being round, it turned into being flat. And then I developed osteoarthritis from that. So when I was 26 or 27 years old, I had my left hip replaced. After that, it took me about 3 years to have the courage to even get back on a horse again. Because again, when you're a kid, your parents pay all the bills and you're fearless, so you don't really know, you just get back on, it's no big deal. When you're an adult and you know how much a hip replacement costs and how much it would cost if you had to do it again if you fell off of your horse, it kind of creates a little bit of fear. And I still deal with that fear a lot. So eventually I did get back on, and it was like melting butter. You know, you get back in the saddle and it's like, why I missed this so much? Why did I stay away for so long? And it was great because before I had only gotten to the point where I could be in the saddle for about 10 minutes and then it was just too painful. And now I could go and go and go, and I'm great. So I wish I would have done that a long time ago. I wish I would have had my hip replaced a long time ago. But it is what it is. So after I had my hip replaced and I got back into riding, I was super excited because now I'm an adult. I can buy my own horse. I can do whatever I want with my money because now I can get lessons and I can do this and I can do that. And again, when you're a kid, you're kind of at your parents' mercy. So now that I had this financial freedom and the courage to do it, I bought a horse. I didn't really look past the fact that she was what I wanted when I was a kid, which I feel like every kid does. Black with 4 white socks, you know, the black beauty syndrome. I had it, and she was gorgeous. So I fell in love with her, and I bought her and we brought her home, and I kind of put myself in the same situation as I did with the horses that I had before. Green rider, green horse. So for 2 years, I really tried desperately to get her and myself to a kind of an impasse where I could show her, but she really didn't like arena work, which I've talked about Shotzi before in the past, but we just weren't a very good match for each other. No matter how hard I tried to make it work, we just didn't work for each other. After a lot of deliberation and a broken heart, I decided that it was best if she goes to a different home, so I sold her to a really great couple, and I got Tino in May of 2019. So after I sold Shotzi, I started taking riding lessons, so last October. So I've been consistently riding in my life for a year. Riding Shotzi was like just get on and hold on and try to figure it out. I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't really learn a whole lot when I was with her. I didn't learn anything about my seat or my balance or just trying to figure out where I'm at on a horse, you know, because sometimes the fear overwhelms you, or you're focused so much on what your horse is doing and you can't really focus on what your own body is doing or what you're doing. And that's kind of how that 2 years went. Once I got Tino, I mean, he's got his own little quirks, but I've learned so much on him, and I've not even had him for a year. He's been really great for me. This year I was trying to figure out what my goals and dreams, like where my dreams are going to point me in, and at first I thought that I would be showing a lot. I had my calendar all planned out, and then things changed a little bit. I just want to have fun. You know, I have waited my whole life to get to this point. Some of you have had the opportunity to ride your whole life. And again, what a huge blessing that is, because when I was a kid, that's all I wanted to do. That's all I ever dreamed about, all I ever read about, all I ever watched movies about. Posters in my room, horses, unicorns, like whatever had 4 hooves. I was living the dream without a horse. So I have waited my whole life to get to this point in my journey, and I'm not gonna let anything stop me. So what I kind of wanted to do, since I've not really had much fun, is I'm just gonna focus on having fun this year. And the more I thought about it, I've only done hunt seat, which in a sense was just as good because I have anxiety issues. So trying to show a horse and the anxiety, like it's a high anxiety situation. Like, let's be real here. I mean, you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off before the show because you're trying to get your horse loaded up and your tack loaded up and all this stuff. And then you get there, you try to do a warm up. Maybe your horse is being bad, or maybe you just completely freak out like me because you're in a huge arena and you've never been in before, and the space just completely freaks you out. And then there's show day, so getting ready, getting your horse ready. Like, there's a lot of anxiety built into that. And so just trying to get around that and navigate it was really good for me. This year, I kind of just want to have fun and try a lot of different things to see where my heart truly lies. So I've already got some jumping lessons scheduled, and there's a side saddle clinic that I'm wanting to go to. And I think I might try to do some dressage schooling shows just for fun. I know I'm not gonna work my way up the levels or anything, but just like a fun, low-key kind of thing. So yeah, I just kind of want to see what else is out there and see what's going on and what really makes my heart flutter. Jumping lessons really freaks me out a little bit, just because Tino will not even walk over a pole on the ground. It'll be fun trying something new, and I know that I probably won't jump the first lesson. It'll probably just be what my seat and my balance are like, and little exercises that we can do, or maybe even just walking or trotting over poles. So I'm not gonna freak out too much, and I'm gonna take you guys along with me. So if you're interested in that and watching me probably be horrible, stay tuned. But otherwise, again, I would love to get to know you. So let me know who you are. Let me know if you're watching, where you're at, what horse you ride. Tell me who you are. So leave that down in the comments. And if there's something that you guys do, or like something fun that I can try, again, leave it down in the comments, or something that you would like to see on this channel. Tell me what you would like to see. It's nice to officially meet you all. I hope that you follow along with me on this journey, and stay tuned for a new video next week. Have a good one.